Hey guys, Scott here, and welcome to Ariandel Arsenal. Today we're looking at the Valorheart sword and shield dual weapon combo. Now this thing is really, really unique. It has a unique property on its R1s when it's in its dual wielded form, and on a lot of its weapon arts and its jumping attacks where they all have block frames. And what that means basically is you basically have a straight sword with hyper armor because you're blocking your hit and you're also swinging at the exact same time. It reminds me a lot of the Fume Ultra Great Sword from Dark Souls 2, so it's really, really cool. And there are good times to use this weapon, and then there are bad times to use this weapon. The good times would be against smaller weapons, things like rapiers, straight swords, daggers, small things like that, because all you have to do is just wait for them to attack and press R1. Your block frames start immediately the second you swing. So as soon as you see them flinch in any way, you R1, you block their hit, you trade, they get hit twice, you get hit once at a heavily reduced hit. Now, that seems all good, but then you gotta look at the fact that every attack, or almost every attack, does have a block frame on it. So what this means is if you're fighting an Ultra Greatsword and you decide to, swing while they're swinging, you're gonna tank an Ultra Greatsword hit on a shield with, frankly, not very much stability. So you might end up getting guard broken. So again, you need to be really careful when you use this thing. Now, against an Ultra Greatsword, you can still just play like you have a normal straight sword and just, be reactive and just outspace them. Even with this tiny little short thing, you can still outspace it. But I think the hidden gem feature of this weapon has yet to really be discovered. The fact that it has a block on its R1s is really, really interesting, and it's going to take longer than a couple of days to ascertain exactly how much use you can get out of it. But so far, the best use I've found out of using the dual form is just simply against small, quick weapons. You can trade with them pretty much every single time. The L2 R1 has incredibly good range, but you need to be careful because it only goes in a straight line and cannot be steered very well. So you want to do this after probably an R1 combo when they're rolling backwards, and only if you know they're going to roll backwards. Otherwise, you might end up getting backstabbed. It also has a unique jumping attack where you can run, jump, and you're also blocking while you jump, and it has a nice thrust attack as well. Looks really cool. But again, you need to be very careful with your stamina when you're using this weapon because almost everything you do has blocking involved. So you need to have like above half stamina at all times. You cannot go spammy with this thing. You need to always have some stamina or you're going to get guard broken and then that'll be the end of you. So again, it's a really, really unique weapon and I think we need a lot more time to actually see the full potential of it. And I don't think it's fair to post an actual guide on this thing quite yet because of how many nuances it has. And I would imagine in a couple of weeks when I'm much better with it and when I've fought people to know what they're doing, I'll be able to give you a more in-depth guide on this. But for right now, just know this is a sleeper hit of a weapon. I guarantee it. It's going to have its uses. We just have not fully figured them out yet. So I would get excited for this thing because it's very unique and that is definitely what Dark Souls needed. So we will see. Thanks for watching, guys.